Okay, so I just wanted to make a quick video based on a question I get a lot of times, and this is how would I start over if I had to start over again? Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm David Mostert, as you can tell by the name of this channel. I am the founder of a growth partner agency, and we help early stage B2B startups build out a repeatable sales process. So the way I really got started is in sales, hence why I started the sales agency. Now, my journey was quite a various series of ups and downs, but not the general ups and downs in the sense of, some days are good, some days are bad. I started out very inconsistently. Like, I would get an idea, try it out, and then give up after 3 months. And that was really the pattern over the last 6 years up until last year, December. Even though I had formal and proper jobs, I always saw them as a means to an end and never really something that I committed to 100%. So I started out as a commercial real estate broker, did that for 2 years. Then I went into the insurance business, did that for 3.5 years. Then I did tech sales up until I started this agency. I would say with the tech sales was the only real time that I kind of went into it with a little bit more, effort and commitment. But even then, I was doing triathlon during that time. So even then, I saw the job as just a means to an end. And I mean, back then, I thought the reason I got fired was just because they're stupid. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm competent, but obviously they just wrong. But no shit, David. Obviously, you're going to get fired if you don't give 100% commitment to something someone is paying you to do, right? Like, you, for example, if you owned a company and you paid someone to do work for you, wouldn't you want them to go 100%? Yeah, I thought so. So this is what I would do differently if I could go back 6 years ago. Obviously, it's always easier to, in hindsight, to do A, B, C, and D. So I'm not going to be unrealistic and say, if 6 years ago I'd listened to my friend who'd said I should invest in Bitcoin, or I had stuck to my theory of Apple or Tesla, or if I just stuck to the solar panel business. No, I'm going to have put it in realistic proportions so I can speak to whoever might be watching this video who might be in a similar position to where I was. Truthfully, even up to the beginning of this year, before I signed my first client with the agency. So the first thing I would do is get my life in order as much as possible. And this is going to sound stupid, but I would literally start with every morning getting up at the same time and then doing something as simple as making your bed. Literally. Why? What does that do? A, waking up at the same time, set your circadian rhythm into a set pattern so that eventually just becomes a habit. That's something you do. Why you make a bed? Similar theory. It gets you into a routine and a consistent routine and something that you just start automatically doing. But with the making the bed theory, it also sets you up to starting the day off right, doing a positive habit that at the end of the night, even if it has been a shit day, at least you'll come back to a bed made. Like, realistically speaking, when you've had a rough day and you come back and the bed is messy, it's just like, another thing that's just chaos in my life. Whereas at least on a shit day, something as little as a nice made bed, can be quite a relief. So that's the first thing I would do. Then I would personally, and this I would suggest for most people out there, is I would go look for a sales job. Ideally, it would be a sales position that has high commission rates. And those are typically in the financial service industry, real estate, or tech. Now with tech, they usually come with a fairly decent base pay. So you do need some sort of experience and they're a little bit harder to get into. But with that said, it's not impossible. So I would focus on either real estate or something like insurance, where it's not necessary that you need such a high amount or even any experience, because there is no base pay. It's all on commission. However, just because it's on commission doesn't mean you can't earn a lot. No. There are real estate agents and insurance brokers / financial advisors who mint millions a year. not overnight successes. It took them years to get to that point, but it is possible. So that's what I would do. I would then go on the internet, and this is also dependent on which region you're in, because in some regions, rules are different. Some places are easier to get into in different regions. But what I would do is pick out of one of those three industries, pick 2 to 5 companies that you resonate with. I would say go for the bigger companies because it's typically less chaotic and easier for you to just find a groove and start hustling. But bigger companies do generally look for a little bit more experience and have more strict requirements. But what I would do is, regardless of that, I would look for, say, mid-sized businesses, 2 to 5 of them, and businesses that resonate with you and you feel that you could be passionate about the product or service that they're delivering and even believe in it, because that is a key. That is a very important factor, that you have to be able to believe and have full faith in what you are selling really adds benefit, because otherwise you just won't sell it. So with this being, once you have found these 2 to 5 companies, I would put them on, I would find emails or contacts of all the relevant people. I would put them in an Excel list and repeatedly keep on emailing, calling them, not being over the board and ridiculous, but be a salesperson. Show that you know how to get to the right people, know how to say the right things, and just be a little bit pushy to the point where they're looking to get you into the interview. And if you're not entirely sure how to do those emails or how to reach out to these people or what to say in these messages, there are countless of YouTube videos to do that. To make sure I don't make this too long, I'm not going to go into that, but make sure that you somehow in your wording express why you are the correct person for the role, but also why what they are offering resonates with you a lot. So that is really the steps I would take towards getting myself out of a rut. If I was in a rut, let's say last year or 6 years ago, if I had to redo everything and start all over again. So the main thing is get into a consistent routine, wake up same time of the day, make sure your bed is made, find companies that resonate with you, reach out to them and show them why you are a valuable person and why you believe so much in what they are selling. And once you do find that job or that position, and don't stop looking. If the first 5 companies reject you, move on to the next and to the next and to the next, up until someone eventually hires you. That's how sales works. Out of every 100 people you contact, only one of them or 2 of them is going to be a yes. So never give up on that part. And then once you do find that job, commit, go all in, give it your 100%. And another important factor is make sure that the job you take is something you're willing to stick to for at least the next 5 years. Tell that to yourself. Doesn't mean you have to, but just make sure that you are willing to do that for the next 5 years. So stay consistent, work hard, and just get out there.